We are live on Saturday morning, 7 days to go before the opening of Revelstoke Mountain Resort, and we look in a completely different situation to where we were this time last year. For anyone who was aware, last year a lot of resorts had to postpone the opening of their resort due to the lack of snow, but it is way different here. We have snow on the ground in the town. We have plenty of snow up on the resort. Going to get into that. Hope you guys are all doing great. Be sure to get in any comments or questions. Let me know where you're watching from. Has anyone been skiing yet? There's a couple of resorts that opened up just today as well, but some in the last week or so. Plenty of reports of people already getting out into the backcountry. We've already got someone in the comments. Squid, good to hear from you. Webcams looking promising. More snow than they had by the end of December last season. Bang on, mate. Yeah, very, very different. I mean, last year when we were supposed to open on December the 2nd and then we postponed it a week, you could just walk around the town and it was mild, it was dry, there was no snow whatsoever. You could really see anywhere lower down. We had about 4 centimeters in the town last night. It was cold enough and it's sticking around. We had another 10 centimeters on the mountain last night. So total accumulations we've already had on the hill this year is a little over 3 meters, which is 9 feet. So just take that in for a second while I twizzle my tea bag for my morning. Yeah, we're gearing up for a good winter. It's especially for the start. Everyone's got a good feeling about it. The base on the hill right now is a little over 120 centimeters. Now, how far that goes down, we don't know yet. I expect the resort is going to put out some information as we go into the new week in terms of what's going to be open from that opening week. I would assume that definitely, above the gondola, that's going to be fine. It's a question of how much is going to be open from below the gondola. Are you going to be downloading from the top or downloading from the mid station? We'll need to wait and see. The forecast is looking good this week, a little bit more accumulations. So we'll get into all of that shortly. Squid, hello from Toronto. If I'm lucky, my local resort might open next weekend, but December the 26th, I'm flying out to Calgary and 14 days across the Powder Highway. That's a good way to spend Christmas, that is, Squid. What is your local resort in Toronto? Tell me about your planned trip across the Powder Highway. Sorry, guys. I put a lot of effort into making my morning tea, so bear with me while I get this ready. I think we've got four or five of you already watching, so hope you guys are all doing well. Be sure to say hi in the comments. I want to know if anybody is coming out to Revelstoke this year. We've got... So Sun Peak's open today. Sun Peak's, I was going to do a live last week on this, but I was actually away in Vancouver. Sun Peak's were going to open last weekend on the 16th, but they had a slight warm spell for a little while, so they needed to wait for a bit more snow. But by all accounts, they've opened today. All the lifts are open, including the brand new one. And looking at their webcam, it's beautiful, gorgeous Bluebird Day. So on top of fresh snow, couple of degrees below, it looks like the perfect opening. I wanted to try and see if we could go tomorrow with some buddies, but I'm not heard back. So Squid, usually Blue Mountain since I have the icon, but Mount St. Louis is a family-owned hill nearby, and they're usually really ambitious in opening after 3 days of snowmaking. I've not heard of either of those, but family-owned ones are always a nice touch. It's glad that there's still a few of those going around. My first trip. So Squid is doing the Powder Highway, 3 days in Fernie, 2 at Whitewater, 3 at Red, 4 at Revi, and finishing off with 2 at Panorama. That is a nice circuit. And yeah, hopefully you get some good Christmas snow. Not that it affects travel or anything like that, but if the snow can arrive once you're in the resort, and yeah, I mean, with all of those, I think you're going to get a real good mixture of conditions and different ski areas. I don't know which ones you have and haven't done before, but yeah, I keep hearing good things about Panorama as well. It's a little out the way, but people talk quite highly of that one too. I think it would be great if there was a multi-resort pass based on the Powder Highway. I mean, it's kind of hard to do when you've already got Icon, Mountain Collective, what's the other one, Epic, and then reciprocals. But yeah, when you drive on the highway around here, you see those signs, and I think if you're a powder chaser, you could be very content going back and forth from those resorts all the time. So yeah, I don't know what the situation is looking like down in Fernie at the moment, but I'm sure they're not far off opening as well. Anyway, let's get into the full breakdown of what conditions are looking like. Revelstoke this morning on the hill. So as I said, like we've had some snow down in the town. Village base right now is at freezing level. You go up to the sub peak right at the top of our mountain, 2,340 meters, -7 at the moment. So really nice, normal. Those are your average temperatures for Revelstoke. And yeah, perfect for sort of getting those layers in, nice and compact early on. We had 10 centimeters yesterday at the top. In the last 48 hours, we've had 15. And yeah, in the past week, we've had 90 centimeters. Base step right now is being reported at 121 centimeters. That gets reported from where the norm webcam is. So that's the one by the Ripper, just around the back of the Ripper chair. I think they've actually moved the webcam slightly this year. It's still roughly in the same area, but for anyone who looks at that webcam quite a lot, you'll notice the background is a little different this year, but it's shaping up good. What else have we got at the moment? Snow forecast for the rest of this weekend, heading into Sunday and Monday, looking at potentially another 9 to 10 centimeters with that freezing level really coming down. So yeah, more snow forecast, and then potentially some flurries later in the week. Squid, last year I went to Sun Peaks, Revelstoke, and Banff Resort. So this time around, just Revelstoke will be the repeat. So nice, going to be experiencing a bunch of new resorts, which is always good fun. And when you only do it for a couple of days, you know that, okay, you're not going to be able to explore all of it in a couple of days. And there's definitely stuff that you're going to want to come back for. Yeah, so Sun Peaks open today as well. The Banff ones have been open for a little while. Also, the RCR Rockies card is actually a pretty good option. I've not heard of that. What is the RCR Rockies card? The resorts of the Canadian Rockies. Oh, is this like the Sunshine Supercard? It looks almost identical. You get your first, fourth, and seventh days free, and then the ones in between, you get discounted days off the window rate. Because I know here at Revi, if it's on a weekend, excluding holidays, it's $30 off the window, and then $50 on a weekday. So 30 on a week, and yeah, very similar. It's a good deal. I think the collective, I mean, I'm a big fan of the collective and how that works with 2 free days and then 50% off. And I think at a lot of the resorts you can set it up so it works efficiently, and so you can just go, and scan your ticket and it charges your card. I'm not sure how RCR works, but I mean, when you have so many resorts close together, that's a help. But I see it also includes Kimberley, Nikiska, Kicking Horse, obviously, and Fernie. Yeah, Kicking Horse, Fernie, Nikiska, and Kimberley. I imagine Nikiska is already open. I don't know about the others. Kicking Horse is a later one. They've been, I think they had like December the 6th as their opening. They're always a little bit later, but their webcams have been looking good. So who knows if they might open up earlier this year. We'll have to see. Yeah, like even they've got snow all the way down to the base. Only reason I usually get the Icon is I get a university discount, and I got my base pass for $650, which is a steal. That's an understatement. That's a stonking great deal, and I can ski unlimited at my local hill. So effectively, you've got a ski pass for $650 at your local, plus what is it on the base pass? Is it four free days at each of the resorts? And then I can't remember. I know you get friends and family discounts on one of the passes with Icon. I don't know if that includes the base. 5 days, right? Sorry, 5 days at all other resorts. Yeah, so 100% a great deal. So when you figure out stuff like that, you can understand why people do buy Icon. And you also get discounts on accommodations, I believe. Select accommodations. Yeah. So, Squid, when you did Revy the first time, was there any particular runs that you enjoyed? Any favorites? Are there any ones that you're looking forward to coming back this time? And there are a handful of other unlimited ones too. Tremblant and a bunch of Colorado resorts. And yeah, we still get 8 family tickets with the base pass. So yeah, lots of a lot of good deals. Yeah, I would definitely use the Colorado ones for sure. I'd say I spent 60% of my time at least over by Jalapeno. Love the trees in that area. I was there last year, and coincidentally this year too, January the 4th till 7th, and we were getting fresh snow every day. Yeah, Jalapeno is a great area. Jalapeno and hot sauce are always a good bet. I love going there if it's a little bit of blue sky and we've had fresh snow overnight. Just, yeah, really good fun. Play in the glades for a bit and then slowly work your way over towards the bowls when patrol starts to open them. Richard is joining us. Good to hear from you, Richard. How are things looking where you are? Snowfall in Europe too this last week. Hopefully a good season coming. Richard, apologies if I get this wrong. I think you're in Andorra, aren't you? How are things looking at your resort? Are they opening yet? But yeah, good to see the snow. I have some family in Switzerland. I saw that they'd had some this weekend, which was shaping up good. Squid, I definitely want to explore the North Bowl more, but it was super foggy off sub peak, and every day I went last year, and not knowing the terrain, I didn't want to do something dumb. Smart decision, that, especially when the visibility is naff. But I mean, I've been in North Bowl and Greeley so many times, and I still don't think I've explored. I don't think I've fully explored that area. Gracias Ridge, I've done a bunch of the stuff in there, but I still feel like there's elements of it where you can still discover. So yeah, it's a fun place to go, and just make sure you follow the signs back towards the chair. Yeah, apologies, Richard. I'm living in the UK, no problem, easy mistake to make. Are you planning to go out skiing in Europe this year, Richard? Yeah, Europe definitely needs a good year for snow. That's for sure. I'm just webcam watching. Nice. Yeah, I mean, a good. I mean, there's always. I tell you what, a good one to sort of check is probably somewhere like the Three Valleys, where they're up so high. And they won't be too far off opening, I'm sure. I forget it's nighttime in it's nighttime in there right now, but it looks like they've got some snow, which is good. So going back to the Dolomites in January. Nice. Italy is somewhere which I haven't explored a lot, I'll be honest with you. I did Bardinecchia when I was very young, and that's probably one of the smallest resorts I've ever been to. I did a day at Montgenèvre, but I cannot remember it for the life of me. But everything I've heard about the Sella Ronda, the whole Milky Way ski area is just phenomenal. It'd be cool to go there to Val Gardena and watch the downhill race. That is definitely something I'd love to do. He's here. Here's Brad. How we doing? Ride Vibes. How's it going, buddy? Happy to see you back in Canada too. Thanks, Richard. Yeah, me too. Yeah, been back a few months now, but yeah, I think I would have. I don't know what I would have done if I couldn't have got another winter out here. So very happy to be here. Looking into, just had a meeting actually just the other day to kind of lay out my plans vis-a-vis permanent residency. So things heading in the right direction there. Is Revi getting some snow or what? Oh yeah, big time. And we haven't even opened yet. So yeah, we've got some snow down in the town now, just a little bit. And yeah, 121 centimeter base in the Alpine. 3 meters accumulation in total already, and then we're opening up next Saturday. So it's finally here. I have the ski stuff all out of the bag, but I need to get the boots out, get them warmed up, maybe try them on. You know what it's like when you've not worn your boots for ages, and the last thing you want on that first day of ski is to get any like foot pain. And probably wax the skis is probably a thing on my list to do. Squid, last year had to stick to the Stoke chair other than last spike to the mid station for a download. Probably going to be looking like that opening week, most likely, I would say. But it's hard to gauge at this point. Like I said, we've got to wait and see what comes out from the resort this week. Like the thumbnail from this video is a webcam of the Mackenzie outpost at the start of this week, and I know that they sort of had, because they've only just started to train people, that amount of snow that was on there had accumulated for quite a while. So kind of hard to judge just how much of that had sort of fallen below there and what the actual layers were like. I mean, it'd be great if they could open 1 or 2 runs like rodeo alongside to ride down. And yeah, I mean, they'll probably have the last spike open to mid station, but we shall see. Richard, I'm delighted for you. Thanks, Richard. Yeah, just very keen to keep going out here, keep making the most of it. And yeah, noticing a lot more Brits coming out. There's a lot, having said that, like, a lot of new people have just arrived into town, so there's a lot of new accents, a lot of new people. But yeah, it seems like there's a fair few young Brits out here now doing seasons, which is great. Plus the Aussies, of course. When do they usually open Kill the Banker? It's also on my to-do list. And do you think there's a chance for the first week of Jan if the snow keeps up? So typically, if it's a good normal start to the season, that's when they would open it up. I've never actually heard a number in terms of like how much snow they actually need on that area. But yeah, normally it's the first or second week of Jan where I've noticed it be open. So who knows? Like, if we get some good storms come in pre-Christmas, there's every chance that could open. Hunter, good to hear from you, buddy. Fingers crossed for more snow in Revi. Yeah, there's a little bit in the forecast over the next couple of days up top. Nothing significant yet downtown, but that'll come for sure. Like, yeah, we've had big flakes trying to fall downtown in little bits this week. I'm sure at some point here we'll get a big dump coming in soon. The ideal thing would be if we get like a ton of snow, say Friday night right before opening. It's going to be interesting because there's been a load of new work done to the road to get up to the resort, plus all the sort of, they've redone the car parking a bit. So yeah, this will be the first year that I'll be able to ski on an opening day. I'm contemplating whether to get there early, try and join the line, film some content. Yeah, just want to make sure all the camera gear and ski gear is ready to go for a good day. The Aussies like their après, that's for sure. They do indeed. They do love it. Yeah, there's a good Aussie community here. Fingers crossed Kill the Banker will be open while I'm there. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that one when we go into the season. Yeah, make sure to keep asking for updates on that, and I'll keep an eye on it. But I don't know, the fact that we've already had 3 meters accumulative before opening, let's say roughly we've probably had at least 1 meter of that probably fallen in those lower elevations already. That's way different compared to last year, where it took a lot longer to open some of those lower runs. So we shall see. And I know the groomers have been out there now for at least a week and a half. If you've watched the webcams this week, I think a lot of they've been up there training staff. So if you've seen the lifts moving, you've maybe seen a couple of people sort of putting lines in. Yeah, that's just all the teams getting up there, getting trained up. Yeah, getting all the new lifties ready and the patrol. Be great to do a South Bowl run on the first day, hopefully. We'll look out for updates for sure. Got to go now. We'll keep up with the snow dancers. Thanks for joining, Squid. Catch you in the next one. You got any new planks to take out? No, I haven't. My little gift this year is going to be a new backcountry bag. There's a Mammoth Pro deal day on at the resort on Friday, I think, next week. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go up there and try and get a good deal on a 35, 40 liter backpack, just so that then I've got enough space to stick all my touring gear plus any any camera gear. I've bought one or two other new pieces this year, so no, that's it at the moment. No new planks. We shall have to see. We shall have to see what's if anything takes my fancy. I might need some poles, but are you a rock skis kind of guy or just ride what you have? Well, no. So I got those Dinstars for my touring setup, and then my Solomon QST blanks kind of have definitely become my rock skis after the last 2 seasons. There's a kind of a little issue with one of those bindings, but chances are I'll probably ride those as rock skis for the opening. So yeah, 2 pairs for now, but we shall see. On that, actually, does anybody know a site where you can buy like pieces of skis? So I have like I forget what the exact word is, but there's a part of my binding which is bent, and I basically just want to buy a replacement. It's the part where not the back binding that clicks up, but it's in front and below that binding where you put your heel piece on, and when you put down, the 2 prods on either side of the ski click up above the snow, and at the moment that's dragging in the snow, and I need to get a replacement of that, but I don't know where. I know there's a place in the UK I could buy it from, but I don't know if there's anywhere on. Jesse, morning. Good to hear from you. Which reminds me, actually, I have heard back from Outdoor Master, Jesse, so I'll touch base with you after the live stream on that. I hope you're looking forward to the winter. It's getting here. It's almost here. Brad, right on. I just read whatever. They are tools, not jewels. 100%. Especially with some of the areas, I guess, around there. They're probably rock and mud skis. As far as a replacement equipment, contact the manufacturer of the binding. Oh, that's not a bad chat. Just go straight to Solomon. Got to make a note of this. There's so many things I'm wanting to kind of get done and get ready. Okay. Jesse, you got the goggles in the mail the other day. Awesome. Yeah, apologies for that taking as long as it did, but at least they're here before the start of the season, hey? Super stoked. They look really well built. The lenses seem like good quality. Yeah, they were. They really were from last year. I've got a new set to review once we open up. Yeah, it's I mean they are growing more and more. Yeah, really sort of kind of improving their products year on year. They've now got a shop in Whistler, apparently. So anyone who's up that way, it's definitely worth going and checking out. But I'm glad you like it, mate, and hope hope that gives you some good visuals throughout the season. Has anyone else bought any new gear while we're on the subject? Anyone bought anything new and tasty for the season? Scott, good to hear from you. Good vibes. Great to hear about the snow. Yeah, really, really good. I mean, everyone's been dying, I think, for a good winter, right? So we're shaping up, and yeah, just want to get out there now. Get the feel under my skis. I got sent some awesome footage this week of touring up in the pass. Was hoping to maybe try and do something tomorrow, link up with some people, but yeah, it's still kind of up in the air. But either way, I'll be on the slopes next week. So always buy new gear, my man. I got that new dope jacket for my wife. Does she like it? What is she thinking? And Brad, you got new goggles and a board. What goggles did you get? Dragon NX2, and that's your third pair. Okay, hang on, let me look these up. Nice. Which lens did you go for? Big fan of the dragon goggles. Yeah, they've been around a while, I think. The white frame, black lens. Nice. That's the Luma lens, right? Anytime you buy a lens, it almost makes sense just to get a whole new pair, as the lenses are about $100. Nearly said $1,000 there. Lunar lenses, yeah, okay. You got the Anok jacket. Quite impressed, although thought we would give them and Moncheck a try. I really like the pocket options. The pockets are what got me onto the product itself. Yeah, they're really well placed, and not too baggy or anything like that. I think they sort of have the right comfort to sort of insulation ratio as a whole jacket. whilst also being practical for being able to carry things. Yeah, and also kind of not feel like it's super weighing you down. It does depend on what you put in them, but generally speaking. We will be at Revi December the 15th for 3 days to start the season. Give the new jacket and goggles a try. Nice. Fingers crossed the snow keeps going for you. Let me just close the window here. It's turning into a bit of a bluebird day out there. I'm going to try and have to get a little wander out and get some of that, get some of those scenes in, get a bit of footage if we can. Do we have anybody on from the Okanagan resorts? Anyone from sort of Sun Peaks, Big White? Anyone got how things are looking there? I imagine all the Sun Peaks crew are out skiing today because they opened, but yeah, I know Silver Star is meant to also open today, but I don't think they've got a lot open. Like looking at their ticket prices for this weekend, didn't sound like there was a lot. Big White also opened. Limited terrain, but I think they opened yesterday. 50% off tickets. But limited terrain. Only 24 runs open. So from what it sounds like from this weekend, like Sun Peaks has got the most open. And then we'll just have to wait and see what Revi has open next week. Oh, don't look at the webcam for the Snow Ghost chair in Big White. Just queues filing in from both sides. Shred live stream soon. Call it the vibe stream. Yes. Let's do we want to do something next weekend, like maybe Saturday evening? I think Friday might be out the question for me, but like Saturday or even like an evening next week I could do. Like after skiing, we could definitely tee something up. Let's chat about it, or even like a weeknight this week. I'm pretty keen. Or Friday morning. I don't know if we want to get Simon on from the UK. He might be teaching on a Friday. I don't know. Hopefully we get some big dumps in the next few weeks. Yeah, I hope so. I really hope so. It would be nice to get another big 20 centimeter. Brad, let's chat about that live stream in Discord. And yeah, even if it's just you and me, or if Angela wants to get in on it. And I think I found a way. I think I did find a way, Brad, through StreamYard that you can broadcast on multiple channels. I think there's a limit. Yeah, need to find out. You're only on Tube, or do you have? I've got Insta. I don't know if there's a way to live stream on Insta from this as well. Like, I mean, I don't have a Facebook page for the channel now, but Insta I do. But we'll chat about it. Let's figure something out. Angelina is keen, she's saying, but she might be skiing. So we'll just have to wait and see. Do people often get turned away when they show up with a trailer or RV at a Revi? No, absolutely not. No, like for a very long time. I mean, the car parking there is great. Like it's everybody with a trailer or an RV, especially in the summer months when people are camping. It's a great place to. But you used to be able to like just park overnight, complimentary one night. But with all the construction that's been going on, I don't think that's possible this year. Like, if you could certainly park your trailer there for the day of skiing, and then in the evening you'd have to go and pull it up somewhere else. A lot of the people living the van life tend to park up in the community center or down on Centennial Park, which is right next to the center. So there's a little community down there. But yeah, so yes, you can if you're planning to come up, Jesse, with that, then sure that they'll be parking there for the day. From what I hear on one of the parking lots, so they've tarmacked it all, a large portion of it anyway, and they've actually painted in parking spaces, which is a new thing. And so that apparently, for the same amount of space, has increased parking by like, in one of the lots, it has increased it by like 50, is what I heard. So yeah, there'll definitely be a different experience, I think, driving up to the resort. Yeah, there's a new road there now. When you go up left at the four-way, you're going through a roundabout. But yeah, I'm sure all the parking staff will get everyone in for those first few weeks. Be exciting to see. Close to wrapping it up here, guys. But yeah, we'll try and do another live stream here before we open up. Awesome. Yeah, Brad, hop over onto the Discord chat and we'll get a stream scheduled. Hope everyone's have a good rest of their weekend. Keep doing your snow dances, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Cheers for joining everyone this morning, and see you very, very soon.